Hey everyone, welcome. We have some really breaking news on some stuff that has gone on with the Abby Petito case today and Brian Laundrie case in the family. There are some things that are going on as far as Doc talks about. Basically, he knows he has a pretty rough idea where that Brian is, and he's big on the news and stuff like that. So I wanted to show you guys some really good stuff that you know Brian may be nearby. People are making speculations that he's somewhere in the in the trail where he went camping in North Carolina at, and stuff like that. And not only that, he's talking to people are talking about he could be in Mexico, he could be in another country by now. But what are your thoughts? Basically, we also have some news on Dog Tells media that he basically is on the hunt for Mr. Brian, and so that he's nearby and he's on the case and stuff. So I want to give you guys some great footage for that. So let's take a look at Dwayne Dog. So here's some footage right now, and here we go.
We're down here in Florida in Fort Soto. It's almost dark. So we had a very good lead come up today that he was down here in this park not very far away. We checked our lead out. It is confirmed. The parents were down here 2 times. It was September 1st through the 3rd and September 6th through the 8th. They registered to stay at this park. They were registered, went through the gate, they're on camera, they were here. And they did enter, they did come here. Allegedly, what we're hearing is 2 people left on the 8th, 3 people came in on the 6th, and 2 people left on the 8th. I think he's been here for sure. So, there's a lot of little islands around the area where we're at that he could get to on a canoe. We talked to the caretakers today of the islands. They said he could be out here, that he was here for sure, not over in the swamp.
So, what are your guys' thoughts about that? Basically, he could be not over in the swamp area that they've been searching for the last past week. All last weekend, they searched there today. It was dead when they reported it. That when they were looking for him, and so I'd like to know your opinions. Where you think Mr. Brian, the dirty laundry man, is at and stuff. Now we also have some other news as far as you think he's in the swamp? Well, they've searched the swamp and he hasn't been there. So how can he really be in the swamp when they haven't found him? And they've used scuba diving gear to scuba dive, but yet they haven't found him whatsoever yet and stuff. We also have some stuff right here that shows that Brian, that Dog, Dog found a campsite. He's talked to a lot of witnesses out there, and Dog says that basically he's nearby and he's on the trail. He was telling media that basically that it may be 48 hours till they have him. You never know and stuff. Heard about a New Jersey swamp idea, though. Well, who knows? But it's all good. And Dog has been working. I mean, the thing about Dog is that that's great. He wants to help, but he should have been out there trying to help him a week ago rather than come in on the weekend and be like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna, find him and stuff like that. And you never know. With Doug, he's a great guy. I've met Dwayne at Comic Cons. I've talked to him and Beth. They're great people and stuff, and so he's wonderful, and no doubt about it. So we also have some other stuff as well. Here, what can I give you? Basically, since that, since I have that dog, bounty hunter, we also have some other stuff as well. Uh, I want to talk about the 911 call, basically, that they released recently and stuff. The 911 call is more, there was a lot more to it than they anticipated to it and stuff. So let's listen to the 911 call that they talk to us about. Where is it? Right here. So I'm gonna look for it right now. There it is. So let's talk about uh, the 911 call. So come on. Here we go. 911 call. Here we go. Right here.
CPA, do you have a phone number for the RP? Maybe you're still landline and a location where it's
at? Phone number is name's, I'm not sure that, but the female who got hit, they both, the male and the female, both got into the van and headed north. Continuing attempt to locate, time lapse of about probably 40 seconds. RP states seen a male, a female. He got into a white Ford Transit van, has a black ladder on the back, Florida plate of the van turned.
So think about this. While they're getting witnesses, so while they get a witness on the phone, makes the call to 911, basically a lot of things are being said of that Brian was being aggressive with Gabby and slapping her and abusing her. So why wouldn't they take that into consideration that there's blame that she was the aggressor, that she was abusing Brian, when that's not the case. So let's continue on.
Right onto Main Street from Moonflower Market and headed north onto Main Street, 1638.
Driver is showing some obscure driving, possibly intoxicating, 45 miles an hour, 25.
So if he's doing 45 miles an hour and he's pulling over and he's crashing into the rail on the freeway, wouldn't that tell you something that if you look at the body cam footage, he's manipulating the situation as well. He's like having his hands next to his grind area. He's rubbing them very hard. He's very serious and very adamant about it. So he's pretty much nervous.
Subject just hit the curb.
So, what are your thoughts about that? Basically, I think that if you watch your body cam footage, like I said, it shows that Gabby was the one who was being assaulted by Brian. She was the abused one. You have multiple people saying before that they were at the pickup restaurant where they just came from, and that Brian went in 4 times, and basically he was causing issues about many issues, left and right, and it was just like, wow. So the younger lady that one of the witnesses says that she basically was like surprised that she was sitting next to them, and that Brian was just upset about money or what have you. So we also have other things as well. Let's talk about the neighbors. The neighbors about this, okay? Let's let's dig into the neighbors a little bit. So I want to show you guys something of the neighbors. So let's see if I can get this on up and we can talk about it, okay? So the neighbors, all right? All right, so let's talk about the neighbors a little bit. Here we go. I'm going to give you a clip on the neighbors of what has happened with the neighbors and stuff, what the neighbors are saying. Oops, wrong one. Sorry. My bad. Here we go.
So really last night it started about 6, maybe 7 o'clock. We had a helicopter that was just flying around all these streets, and there was no cars here or anything, so I don't know. We figured they were looking either for a lost person in the park or whatnot, but it was between 6 and 7 last night. And this morning we woke up at 7:30. My wife let me know there was a bunch of cop cars out here, so we came out, we saw them, the FBI, a bunch of dogs, so it didn't take a rocket scientist to figure out what they were looking for.
Knowing that this possible national case where everybody is looking for Brian and Gabby, can you guys believe it's right here happening in your own backyards?
No, this is surprising. I mean, we knew that the individual lived close to here. I was talking to Jason this morning, and then come to find out there is a reserve right out here. He is an outdoor enthusiast, so
people are saying that he's not an outdoor enthusiast, that he looks pretty dumb, that he doesn't seem to know the outdoors. To me, my opinion, he seems to know the outdoors quite a bit. If he's willing to survive, if he's an outdoor man, if he's been camping multiple times with his friends, family, what have you, well, obviously he is an outdoor enthusiast. If he doesn't believe in having a cell phone and having a burner phone at the same time, well, that's got to tell you quite a bit right there. Let's continue.
It's no coincidence he could be out here.
For each of you, what is your hope? I mean, I know you guys don't know Brian, you don't know Gabby, but at this point in time, what's the hope that everybody has?
Well, obviously, if they find him, man, the greatest thing would be to find the girl first. Just tell her where she is. That way, it gives some peace to the family. And yeah, I don't want this to be a long, drawn-out thing. Try and find the guy immediately.
I hope they do find him. If he has any information that he can assist with the police, he needs to come forward so we can find her.
Northport, a lot of people don't know a lot about Northport, but people that live in Sarasota County, Charlotte County know,
Yeah.
But how would you describe Northport on a normal day?
This area is peaceful. You get people coming out to the park all the time. You get Carlton Reserve here, the Myakkahatchee. It's a very peaceful, calm area. That's why we love it. We got horses. It's just a great place to live.
And then being back there, just how many trails are there? How big is the acreage? I know you don't have to give me the exact, but what's it like if you haven't been back there?
I don't know too much about this reserve. Jason would know a whole lot more than me. I've been back there once or twice, and it is large. The first time I was in there, I actually got lost. So.
Yeah. It goes way back. There's 3 walking trails right here, right close to our house, but the further you go, it goes into a Walton ranch. So there's thousands of acres. So depending on when he got out there, he could be way out.
They went.
That is true. He could be way out there. He could be anywhere. People are making speculations. Like I said, country, swamp. He could be in another country. People have talked about seeing him on the side of the road, and there's deer cam footage where people talk about that, seeing him at night, but it's been confirmed. That's debunked. We will say that was not him. So let's continue with this clip.
For a walk in the neighborhood, that was about all I saw.
Okay, so you saw him, September, I'm sure you don't remember the day, right?
I want to say it was Thursday or Friday, before we knew Gabby was missing.
Okay, great. So what did you see?
They, as a family, the mom, dad, and him, came out to take a stroll in the neighborhood. That was really all.
You didn't think anything of it?
No, not at all.
Looked like a normal interaction.
Yeah, we'd seen them do that before, so it never seemed strange to us that they would go for a walk through the neighborhood.
The whole thing about the neighbors are basically they knew that Gabby was around for the last 2 years with Brian. She's been living there be in the neighborhood, going for walks, doing things with Brian, etc. So it's kind of weird that, the neighbors don't really know anything about Brian and Gabby when they interact with each other quite a bit and stuff around there, from what I've heard from multiple sources as well. So let's continue.
And then Gabby, over the last 2 years, you used to see her all the time?
They actually hadn't been in the house for the last 2 years. Okay. The whole family, they didn't actually, there was somebody renting the house.
I read that, yeah.
And so, but once they moved in, we did see her occasionally.
Yeah.
Not very often.
Occasionally and often, not often enough, but that the girl was with the guy. So pretty much to me on here I deliver you guys the truth. I don't say anything. Nobody's paying me to say anything big or whatever. But to me, honestly, I think the neighbors are in on it pretty much to where the neighbors know something, and yet I think they're being quieted by the Laundrie parents to not really say anything. But let's continue.
Often, we saw Brian more so as they were working on the van, but we didn't see her terribly often. Every now and then.
So you saw him working on the van. What was he doing?
Woodwork, putting up paneling or making a bench, it looked like, of some sort in the van. We didn't know that they were converting the van. We just knew that they were working on it. So.
And when you saw him come back, your initial reaction was he's back from his trip.
Yeah, because at that point, I didn't know that she formally lived here. I thought maybe she was visiting.
Everybody thought that she was visiting. So it's kind of weird how people thought that she was visiting all the time when she assumedly lived there, basically with Brian and stuff. And so it's just really, I think like I said, they're being paid to be hush hush, not say anything, and play stupid, but they knew more than what's being said right now. And so, what are your thoughts about that out there? What are your opinions about this case? Because if you guys don't know how this started, okay, so Gabby was reported missing. Brian went home. Took him a few days to get home from where he was at, from leaving Gabby's body, because what happened. We can't really say anything right now, but we'll just say leaving Gabby. But Gabby was murdered. And then took him a while to get home. Well, a couple of days to get home. After he got home, he was there for a couple of days. Then then Brian wanted to go camping. Not camping, on a hike. And then where they're trying to find him out now. So after that, they reported him, and they said that he drove the Mustang over to, for recap, the Mustang over to take that hike. The parents went over, were very concerned about him, left him a note saying, we're worried about you hurting yourself. Don't hurt yourself whatsoever. So overall, we're at where we're at now. There have been multiple speculations that people have seen Brian, and not only that, people have been talking to Brian. I know that there was a witness that gave him a ride, and they, the family would have gotten after her if they would have found out that she was giving them Brian a ride somewhere, and he got nervous, got out of the car. After he got nervous and got out of the car, nobody saw him then. Then there was speculation based on basically, he's in this hotel, in that hotel, and so, or at this stop. So let's continue.
So, because we just, they hadn't been here very long, so I didn't know if she was just a girlfriend visiting and that sort of thing.
What's your reaction to all this now? How are you? You guys have been the front row seat to this thing. How are you feeling?
It's very surreal. Very surreal in the sense that you just never expect to see or know somebody in your neighborhood that was either with somebody and had something terrible happen, or could have been, much less, actually the perpetrator of something terrible happening to somebody.
And the Laundries, how well do you know them, the parents?
Not very well, just to say hi on the street and that sort of deal. So that was usually about the extent of it.
Do you feel, look, you're a taxpayer of Florida, you're a taxpayer of the United States. There's a lot going on right now looking for him. Do you kind of wish that the parents were talking a little bit more, or not? Do you think?
If they have knowledge, yes, I would love to say, please share more information. if they don't have knowledge, then, there's only so much they can do as too. I think yes, it's crazy that they're going through this just for one person, but I really hope it's a fruitful search.
I was doing some.
Okay, so one person. Okay, one person. Really, one person. So Doc said parents went camping with Brian. Yes, that's right. That's what Doc said. So Doc was talking about in the clip that I showed that he's that Brian's parents took him to camping and they came back, and then that's when Brian went on the run, and then that's when they reported him missing and all. So it's just all the time length. It's just really out there and stuff. I mean, really, it truly is, and it just blows your mind over all this. And this lady looks like she has a Stray Cats album on Vanity. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. I will show that. That is pretty cool. Yes, that's right. She also looks a little weird. If you knew that, somebody was going to be coming, the media was going to be coming around and covering this quite a bit, because it has picked up. Ever since this has really picked up, people have been following it, and people have been emotionally invested in it. People have invested in it. Since I fly drones, I wish I could have made it out there to kind of help out with the case, and I could have flown my drone to try and find her, but since I've been busy with stuff, I really couldn't do that. But that's the case. They need all the help that they can get. But I wouldn't be looking in the same place that they have been looking in. I would have been flying over there behind Brian's house, okay? There's a forest place and stuff like that. There's a long field. I would have been flying over that. I would have been trying to fly different places in the area that Brian is at and stuff, where they're flying in that big park. Sorry. So let's continue with this.
Work in the front yard, and I noticed that they got a new camper for the back of the pickup, and I didn't think anything unusual. They got a new camper, so they wanted to put their own touch inside of it. I saw them doing some work, and then when they prepared for their trip, I saw them loading the camper.
Now, you're talking about Brian and his parents after he returned home. Is that correct? In a different camper?
Yes. The van is his. His father has a pickup truck, which they purchased a in-bed camper.
Like an attachment camper. So
with the camper, think about this for a minute. With the camper, they went out for a few days, and sounds like the whole reserve story was to throw police off. Yes, that's right. That's what I've been saying. I think that he's somewhere around there, where they least expect it, and they will not look for him whatsoever. And so, and like I said, in the back of those fields, even I've made speculation to where, what if the whole house that Brian's parents are in have a secret door to it? They wouldn't. The FBI wouldn't be able to pick that up if they had a secret entrance below the house, or even a secret bookshelf or whatsoever and stuff. They really. They really wouldn't be able to find that out. Because you don't have blueprints to the place. So what if they were keeping him in a secret entrance or secret room or a secret place downstairs that the FBI doesn't know about and stuff? So type 1 on the chat if you wanted to have help our son. Help your son is situation type 2 if you would have turned him in. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. I mean, he's in a bad situation. I think that the parents are helping him out. It's obvious to the media. It's obvious to other YouTubers out there. And, I mean, it's obvious to other people out there that basically, yes, the media is, I mean, like, looking in on this quite a bit. Other YouTubers are helping him quite a bit. Look at the story, and I mean, everybody's like invested in this, like I said, and basically, a lot of people are speculating that the parents are helping out. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. They're covering up, and it's not good to stay silent in all this either. It really isn't. It's really, really bad when you stay silent and your son is on the run. What I heard about the mother is that she has cancer, but that's no excuse and stuff like that. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if anybody wants to back that up or not if she has cancer. But what they did before, they had a few houses and that they rented out. They had a juicing company, so one of his family members had a boat from what's being said, a boating company, to where Brian got on a boat, went over to an island and stuff, and was able to escape like that. There's a lot being said about this, and I can't go over everything today, but if you guys can give this a like as well, that would really help the everything get out here and stuff. I'm not going to quit covering this. But like I said, I mean, there's like the neighbors, like I said, are helping him out, I think. And I think pretty people close to Brian are helping him out. I mean, he's got to have one or two friends that he knows that are helping him out, like I said. And then imagine though you're dying and this was your son. I will have helped him flee the country, and then I turn myself in. Exactly. But that's a reason why everybody's saying that he flew home during this situation too, as well. It's because he put Gabby in a hotel, then he flew back and saw his mom, because obviously, if she's really dying, and stuff like that. We also don't know what Brian told his parents exactly. We don't. But if I was close to my parents, if I was in some sort of trouble, and if I did some sort of bad thing, I would be going to tell my parents or somebody that I truly trust. And if I don't have a lot of friends, I'm going to go tell my parents. So the parents seem like really bad news people, to be honest with you. So let's continue with this clip.
You say that they packed up that camper, Brian and his mom and dad, and they went camping. Do you know that for sure?
We saw them. I saw them loading it up, and so I assumed they were preparing for a camping trip with their new camper.
They were going for the weekend.
Yes.
So how long after he got back, alone in that white van? How long after that was this, when you saw them working on this other camper and getting ready to go away together?
Yeah, I can't remember, the dates.
Week and a half.
Yeah, probably week and a half. I agree with that.
So
yes.
did the police ever talk to you about what you saw, the parents and Brian working on this new camper and then leaving for a few days? Did they ask you about that?
I believe that we did give them that information.
Mm-hmm. We did tell them that they had gone on a camping trip for 3 days for the weekend.
Did you think there was anything unusual about that?
Well,
after we knew they were missing,
after they went missing and all, there was really weird things that happened after Brian went missing. I dropped a link in the chat. If you guys want to come on live, say hi. I mean, give me your opinions and stuff. I mean, that would be really, really awesome if you guys wanted to talk about your opinions. And like I said, come on in. We could talk about it. It would be great and stuff. So let's finish this.
Gabby was missing, when they came to our house on Saturday night a week ago and told us they were working a missing persons case.
Yeah.
That,
And also, which struck me as odd, as I spoke to my wife about, is that the parents going on a trip, I can see that, but taking their 23-year-old son in a small camper that's on the back of the truck struck us as odd.
It was a normal day. Mother and son took a bike ride to the neighborhood. He helped his father.
So let's talk about something here. Okay, all right. If you were Gabby Petito's parents and your daughter was missing, right? Wouldn't you be the one to go there to the other parents, to Brian's parents? I mean, wouldn't you be like, okay, let me rephrase that. I'm thinking way too fast here. I'm sorry. Okay. Like, if you were Brian's parents, right, and your soon-to-be daughter-in-law was missing, right, and wouldn't you want to call the parents that are demanding to know where their daughter is and to know what's going on with everything as well, right? Wouldn't you want to know that kind of stuff? I mean, isn't that kind of stuff important to you and stuff? I mean, it really is. Pretty much it is. I mean, you just would want to know what the hell is going on and stuff. And that's what's bad about the Laundries, the dirty Laundries, is that honestly they should have told Gabby's parents, because Gabby's dad was calling left and right to demand to know where his daughter was and stuff. So obviously they, didn't tell, and they weren't honest and stuff, and it was just that bad. So again, I want to know what what you're thinking about this and stuff, about what's going through your head about the case. Do you think they will find him? Do you think they won't find him? There's going to be more to come on this, like I said. And basically, I hope everybody's doing well out there, but this is a very, 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 very big case. Why I'm so drawn into it, because this is a girl that I didn't know that was very, very nice to people out there. She was a vlogger that, that basically she was trying to become that vlogger. She had a lot of motivation. And I've seen relationships to where, that person wants the other person to themselves. And so it's, very bad to be in. So that's my thought about it. And so that's why I've been following this, because it's like out of a movie, seriously. And honestly, it's just kind of scary. So what's going to happen, because honestly, I do think that they're going to find him, but he may be dead. He may not be. I'm worried that they won't find him. You're worried that they won't find him? Yeah. A lot of us are. And basically, yeah, definitely. So somebody came into chat. Let's open up a chat and talk about what's going on. How's it going?
Hey, Chris, this is Blonde Eagles, Yeah, I was just wondering.
Hey, Blonde, how you doing?
Yeah, I was. You don't think Dog's gonna solve it though?
I don't think. Maybe, hopefully, Dog will. I like Dog. I mean, he has good intentions, and I think he's doing this for his TV show and stuff, part of his TV show, because who wouldn't be filming this if they were doing this on their TV show? You know what I'm saying? One of the biggest cases in the world. You know what I mean?
Right.
And stuff. I mean,
yeah, the cops. You think the cops would find him before Dog, but Dog the bounty hunter. He knows what he's doing. Sometimes the cops are so much bureaucracy.
Right. Well, I mean, yeah, obviously, I mean, dog. I mean, hopefully, dog does do his job, and he'll find, Brian. If they don't, I mean, if he does not find Brian, I'm thinking the FBI will, or he'll never be found and stuff because he's wanting to be in hiding. He doesn't want to come back because he probably doesn't want to go through the whole court system or the legal system. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, what are your thoughts about this? I mean, ever since everything has happened, I mean, what are you thinking?
I think the neighbors are in on it, like you said.
Right. The neighbors are in on it very well. I mean, and
Wasn't he was from a rich family, right? Or something?
Yeah. Because, like I said, his parents were involved in real estate a couple years back, and then they have a few houses everywhere, and then they are involved with a juicing company. They have their own juicing company, and not only that, they also his mom is in the bar of the DA somewhere, probably as a secretary being paid, so she knows tons of attorneys out there that can help out Brian and that can change his identity really fast, and stuff.
Right. Yeah, I mean that's a lot of advantages to get away from the law,
Right, exactly. So, definitely. I mean, I'm gonna keep up with the story just because I can't cover everything today. I've covered quite a bit already, but I'll continue to cover more. I wish, like I said, if I would have, I wish I could have gone out to Florida. Who knows? Or maybe I would have found him with my drone in some of the parks because where they've been searching at in that swamp area, I wouldn't be searching in that swamp area because it's already a dead giveaway. He's not there and stuff,
Unless you get the drone out in the swamp,
Right, and if, that's why they've been flying at 1,200 feet is because the drones have been there, and it's to throw the police off, the FBI, to search in this area. I don't know why that they think that they're thinking that he's there for when they've searched all 7 days already. They searched like all last week. They searched part of Saturday. I don't think they searched Sunday, but they've searched quite a bit, So I mean,
did you see that one picture from the stewardess in Canada? Did you see that?
Oh my gosh. Yes, I did. And
what do you think about? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, people want to debunk that story. I have to look into it a lot more, so I'll get back to you. But part of me thinks that maybe he can be in Canada.
But he left home without a passport. You need a passport to get,
Right, but how do we really know he left home without a passport? Because his family, like his mom, like I said, is in the DA, and part of the justice system. When you're in the justice system, I know that there's a lot of things that you can get away with that the average person can't. You know what I'm saying? Help with like switching identities, getting things pretty quick and simple. For all we know, that nobody is also talking about this as well, to where he could go somewhere out there. I mean, people haven't really talked about that, because I did a couple sketches that basically and a couple pictures already, like what would Brian look like with a like blonde wig on. He's not wearing a wig and stuff. So
that would look cool. It would look cool.
Right, and for shaving too. I mean, how he had that beard and that goatee. Obviously, he's got to shave that off by now. But if I was gonna be, on the run, and if I needed to if I needed to change my look, I would have Lex Luthor it up a little bit, like wear a Lex Luthor like wig or whatever from Superman. You know what I'm saying? and stuff.
Well, you can even
So
get enough money. Yeah, right. Get some hair implants or something. Some facial construction. Who knows?
right, and if you put on some glasses, you could really change your look. So I mean, and today with today's COVID, everybody's starting not to wear their mask quite a bit. So if I were Brian, yeah, I would wear my mask quite a bit. But going to like a Walmart, like I said, get a wig or two, get some like makeup, put some makeup on, shave off my beard, and then I would be good to go. So people are looking for the same picture all over again. You know what I'm saying?
It's true. Did you hear those accounts? At
So
first, he was 37, right? And
right,
then
exactly.
I was watching, when the cops pulled over the body cam video, and
Hmm.
he said that he couldn't sit in the sun, but he would sit crisscross applesauce in the shade. And I was like,
Right.
but he's so young that he doesn't, I'm 35, right? We used to say Indian style when you sat down, but the younger generation say crisscross applesauce because that's not politically correct. Isn't that funny?
Exactly. I mean, I used to sit crisscross applesauce too. I mean,
Did you?
I guess all of us kid did. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, well,
yeah.
yeah, I thought that
But
was an indicator that he wasn't 37 is all. I thought that was it.
hmm right, everybody thought he was 37 when this first started out, which he's only Gabby's age, a year apart. He's 23, so yeah, pretty much. I mean, I get it.
All
So,
right, Chris. Well,
but
I'll jump off here, but thanks for the stream, and
all right,
I'll talk to you later, all right?
have fun, man. Talk to you later.
Bye-bye.
So that was awesome, very awesome. So I'm gonna get going, but I will continue this, and there will a lot be more be. I'll talk a lot about more about this and stuff, and I really appreciate the super chat, and I appreciate everybody that has looked at my stream, and you guys rock, and more to come from me to you. And so this has been a Top Level Media. Please subscribe. Please like this video. And I will see you guys on the next one for sure. And drop your opinions down on the section down below in the comments of what do you think happened to Brian. All right.